Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So there's this new topic that is making the rounds on TikTok right now about men who weaponize food and hunger against women. And what they mean by that is men who are inconsiderate when it comes to food in their household. All right. Now take a look at a few clips first and then we're going to get into it.
A simple request to not eat it all. I wanted to have some macaroni and cheese when I came home. This whole thing was full. I told him, don't eat it all. I opened this and I'm like, what the hell is this? And he was like, well, you said not to eat it all. This is why marriage is hard. Not dealing with this, but not slapping him. That's the hard part. Okay.
So my son tells me, Mom, Dad already ate all of the groceries and it's not fair. He ate the entire chicken and there's none left and now I have nothing to eat. So my son wants me to spend $25 a day so he can eat out because my husband, his dad, eats all the food. And it's true. I'm like, oh, I know. I've been dealing with this since 1998. I used to want to have a bowl of cereal for breakfast. But guess who drank all the milk? My husband. Every single time. It's like he has no self-control. He couldn't just have a glass of milk. He had to chug like the entire gallon. So every time that I'd go to have cereal, no milk. So I would complain about it. And then my family just made fun of me and said I was being ridiculous and that poor Ben, he should be able to have a glass of milk if he wants to. So basically, since 1998, I have realized if my husband loves a food, I just don't buy it anymore. Because if I want it, it's not there. If he likes, say I used to like Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke, I would buy it. He'd drink it all. Like 12 cans in one day, he would drink it all. And now that's what he's doing with protein. So I buy like steak, rotisserie chickens, beef jerky, protein drinks, and he's consuming it so fast that my son, who's almost 17 and hitting the gym and trying to build up his muscles, doesn't get any. So I just went and bought 2 rotisserie chickens and I'm going to label them. I think I'm going to put a line of tape down the middle of the fridge that says, this is Dad's side of the fridge and this is Son's side of the fridge, so that there will be no more complaining. Everyone needs to share.
I don't have any. What the fuck? You got one job. I
know. He knows. He shouldn't be your boyfriend no more. He should. But I say this because of this, right? He was not running. He wasn't a runner. His sole purpose was to make sure she was straight on nutrition. So once she reached a certain mile, he was supposed to provide her with these snacks. And again, he's not running. He's on the sidelines. 2, he's a trained runner as well, which means he knows the importance of, nutrition while you're running these long marathons. With just those two, the fact that he ate all your junk, he was preying on your downfall. Like he low-key tried to sabotage you. High-key, actually. No, high-key. Like, let's keep it a being. If he was running with you as well, like he was in there and he just ate them all while he was running, that's inconsiderate. He may have needed it. Maybe he was on the verge of passing out, but that's still inconsiderate. But he wasn't even running. Bro just on the sidelines eating all of your food. All of your food. When you're over here trying to hit a PR. Like, come on, bro. That's really toxic. That's so inconsiderate. He shouldn't be your boyfriend no more.
Now, before we get in, if it doesn't apply, please let it fly, okay? This is not a war against men. This is not it. We are just talking about a specific group of men who are inconsiderate when it comes to food in their households. There's been so many women who have shared so many different stories, similar stories, but different stories of their experiences with men like that, okay? So the fact that it didn't happen to you, your man is not like that, it doesn't take away from the fact that it's happening a lot to so many other women who do not necessarily like it. And if you're a woman and you enjoy cooking and you cook morning, afternoon, evening, it doesn't apply to you as well. I mean, we are all different. We all have different experiences when it comes to dating and relationships. So without wasting your time, let's get in, because I want to get in quickly before I start talking, so you understand what is going on and what they are talking about. Okay, but first let me ask a question. Have you ever been in a situation with a guy like this in your life, who excuses men have to eat because, you know, they are men, they are big, they have bigger engines, his excuses, he's the man of the house, and so on and so forth, and he will go ahead and eat all the food because of those reasons that he's giving to you. He will starve the children in the house. Like, if you have, leave yours in the comment section, and let's get into the stories quickly.
One of the hardest realizations for women of every age, every color, every creed is that you have probably spent time of your life, minutes you're never going to get back, giving your all to a man who hates you. I know you've seen this going around by now. I know she's already in the comments defending her boyfriend, but let's talk about this. Men in the most subtle of ways will show you that they hate you. And that's why it's so hard and such a betrayal, because actually nothing's been hidden. It's all been done in plain sight. She's made this cheesecake to take with her on her picnic, you know, something she's looking forward to. And he has found a way to ruin this experience for her. And she's going to make a joke about it, but this must be incredibly hurtful. And the reason why this is going so viral is because so many women can resonate with this feeling of being deeply, deeply disappointing and not really understanding why your partner does this thing that he's done, but knowing that you are so deeply upset and deeply hurt by their actions. Because if you even look at the cheesecake, and it's going to piss me off, but he could have had one slice and there would have been enough to take. The fact that he has literally eaten the whole thing, she can't share with anyone else. He has completely ruined it for her. Completely ruined it for her. It almost feels a bit like the dad who like made his children try and run with the mum at the end of the finish line. You are ruining this experience for her. Just Call Me Kate is already, you know, defending him, whatnot, whatever. That's her prerogative. She can do that if she likes. But women, we need to be so careful when we see the first sign of him subtly hating you, being able to turn around and say, do you know what? Actually, I can't do this. Let me leave with my dignity and let me leave now. My name's Jordan. I talk about all things women, relationships and dating. If that's your thing, follow me.
And I don't want no man in my house eating up all the food either. When I prepare food to last me a couple of days, I have peace knowing that when I go in my refrigerator, the food is in there because there's no man living in my house eating up my food. And I'm talking about a grown, able-bodied man that's able to buy groceries, prepare groceries, cook food, and feed himself. Men will weaponize food against women. They will purposely see you cooking and prepping meals and eat it all within a couple of hours just to see you have to go back to the store to get groceries and stand in the kitchen and cook. A lot of these men don't like for women to not be in the kitchen and have a couple of days off. A lot of men don't like to see women resting. They like to see you performing labor, and they will weaponize food against you just to see you do that. Men know exactly what they're doing when they do this. And that's why I don't want no man living in my house.
I remember getting in trouble because when I was about 13 years old, I went back and got a second piece of chicken for dinner. I had been already served like one drumstick. I was 13, mind you. And my mom's boyfriend wanted to be able to eat a half a chicken dinner meal, so at least 4 pieces of chicken, and he was so upset that I went back and got a second piece of chicken. Men want to control the food of the household, and I vowed that when I had children, I was never ever going to be with a man who acted that way about food, because first of all, you as a man should be providing enough food for everybody in this household to eat adequately. I have to do the providing for everyone to eat adequately. My kids are definitely going to eat their fair share, not you motherfucker.
And I'm here to share my story. So, bitch, I'm gonna just tell y'all about like all the instances where it didn't dawn on me that he was weaponizing food. And it really sucks how I feel like we should just start teaching our girls in middle school what abusive men look like, because they don't just become that. Their moms enable this. Their moms enable this type of behavior under he's a growing boy. Bitch, I'm growing too. So, first instance with my child's father, I remember living with him, and I bought this pack. I just went grocery shopping that day at Costco's. He gave me the card and everything. And to some people, it's like, girl, he gave you his credit card. Like, it sounds all sweet and dandy when he's paying for shit, but these motherfuckers don't have a nobility behind them or a moral code behind them. It's all for show. It's all performative. He wants the validation of being a good man because look at what I do. So I went to Costco's and I bought a 12, the big pack of pork chops, and I cooked them, right? Because I was like, okay, it's 12 in here. It's 12 in here. I'm going to cook them so we can have stuff for the next day. Like, I don't have to cook tomorrow and all that jazz. Y'all know how the spill goes. This man comes home, and out of the 12, right? The 12 in pork chops, he ate 6 of them for dinner. Then proceeded to pack away 3 more for lunch tomorrow. So I'm looking at him just destroy this shit, and I'm like, are you serious? And then it's always like, they always weaponize how big they are or their height and shit. Your stomach is not as big as your whole body, bitch. You're being gluttonous. That's called gluttony. So when he packed away 3 more, I said, what are you doing? He was like, oh, I'm taking this to lunch tomorrow. And I'm looking like, so I only have 3. So I had to literally split 1 in half so I can eat for tonight and tomorrow. And this month technically had 9 out of the 12. Just straight up gluttonous. And it's not like we didn't have sides. This motherfucker. And it's all because he was the leader, the provider. This is why women don't want men to provide for them, because they don't provide with the intentions of making sure you're safe. They provide with the intentions of showing you that you're beneath them. That was just the first incident I caught. And I was like, okay. Because mind you, at the time, I'm trying to make excuses. I'm like, maybe he didn't eat at work today because it was so busy. And it was just bad. Because I'm like, I know this motherfucker didn't hate me that much to starve me. Like,
all of this conversation about how men weaponize food and hunger is actually really triggering me because it's too true. When I was younger, my dad, he's obviously a narcissist or whatever, but when I was younger, my dad, if we pissed him off, if we ate his food, first of all, he would barely grocery shop. And when he did, he would buy nearly expired food. So when we ended up eating his food, which was normal, not almost expired food, he would stop shopping. He would take all of the food that was ours in the fridge, throw it in a garbage bag, and make us take it out of the garbage bag and put it back. And when you didn't want to finish your meal, you're staying there till you throw up, right? And then it gets deeper than that. Like, it continues. I have 2 brothers. Truly, I don't think they're bad people. Truly the most gluttonous, inconsiderate men I've ever met. Like, it could be their food, my sister's food, doesn't matter. It's their food. So yes, they weaponize food.
Y'all lost me at this men weaponizing food topic. Y'all done lost me. So people is saying like their boyfriends be wanting them to cook all the time and they be dogging all the food out and shit like that. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, what the fuck is the problem? Like, is y'all finding the problem with anything? What's the problem with a bitch wanting to eat the food? Me personally, I cook, and I cook every day, and I might cook more than 1 meal a day. I don't like for food to go to waste, and I cook so much that I barely like leftovers. So if you want to eat, eat. If you want to eat 3 pork chops and double back for a 4th one, get it. I don't care. I understand being greedy is a sin, but worry is also a sin. And one thing about me, my household is not about to be worrying about where the next meal is coming from. Baby, it's food in the house and everybody's going to eat, and you can eat however much you want. Like, I never mind it. And some people saying like growing up they had to cook for their brothers and their mom wouldn't let them eat too much because, you know, they didn't want to be deemed as fat, but the boys could come back and get seconds. I ain't grow up like that. I could eat until my gut bust. I could get seconds, thirds, and fourths, and fifths. And maybe that's why my household runs so smooth, because everybody around this bitch could go get 12s if they want. Eat.
And this, ladies, is why you don't live with men. She says that the food that was supposed to last her and her man for 2 days, her man ate in 1 sitting. I really need y'all to understand These men are not asking you to move in with them or saying, oh, we should live together because they love you and they want to take care of you. The reason they want y'all to live together is because they love themselves and want you to take care of them. He will become your burden when you live with him. There is no partnership. These men are intentionally sabotaging you. And I'm willing to bet a foot that the only reason that he got that hungry and wanted to eat that much food was because she told him that the food was supposed to last them for 2 days. In his mind, he saw that as a challenge. And now you have to figure out how you're going to continue to feed the both of y'all. Stop moving in with men. Stop living with men. If you need a roommate, find another woman you trust and live with her. Live with a man and you will live to regret it. They are going to demand meat with every meal, and they're going to eat 80% of the food that you bring into the house, but probably only contribute 20 or 30% of the money for that same food. Don't do it. They are parasites. I am telling you, don't do it.
On this app says she's so happy that she doesn't live with a man and she got to worry about him eating up her food, because men will expect you to cook food and then they will eat the shit up because they really just want to see you constantly working and doing labor. And it reminds me of how many moms I see come on here and they're either preparing to go give birth or they're sometimes going to go have a major surgery, and they will be preparing food for weeks. And I can tell that they're not preparing food for their children because the children are small. They're at the age where they could eat really simple meals. They're preparing meals for a grown ass man to be able to eat. And they are legitimately worried about a grown ass man's ability to be able to eat after they have given birth or after they have had a major surgery. And I think that any adult, man or woman, who cannot feed themselves is absolutely pathetic. Like, nobody should have a surgery or go do something that is quite literally life or death, go give birth, and they have to wonder, what is this person going to be able to eat because they depend on me to eat? Like, does that not sound ridiculous to you? And you're a grown ass man? We gotta stop doing this too, though, ladies, because that's part of the fucking problem.
Weaponized food consumption. I was scrolling TikTok, minding our business like I often do, and I came across this video. Long story short, this woman had a man, or has a man, who is eating up all the food in the house, not leaving anything for her or anybody else. Okay, so I saw some videos that were in response to it, and they were just adding on to her frustration. None of the videos really gave a solution to this, which I find a lot of TikToks are like that. They don't ever give you a solution to a problem that you have or whatever. So I thought, okay, let me help out as much as I can, because why not? I am a master of men. Don't ask me how or why. I'm an Aquarius. It's just something that comes naturally to me. Okay, now, if you have a man who weaponize food consumption, meaning they eat up everything in the house and don't leave nothing for nobody else, and you do not want to leave them, this video is for you. But before I begin, let me just say this. My first inclination for a man inconveniencing my friends is for my friends to leave. Like, they know not to call me with nothing about a man inconveniencing them, because I always tell them to leave, and then they got to get mad at me like, I ain't trying to leave him. Then you're not serious. You're not really mad. Okay? So this is for those of y'all who haven't got to the leave stage. Here's 3 ways. These are the 3 steps that you need to do. And yes, you need to do all 3 of them. Number 1, first step, talk to them. The men that are weaponizing food or over-consuming the food in the house may not realize that they are doing this. And many of those who do this actually do it because of food scarcity they experienced when they were children. So it is their childhood trauma that has found its way into your lovely home. Talk to them. Bring awareness to what is going on. Okay, after you have that talk, step 2, it is now their requirement to acquire 100% of the food that goes into the house. Let me say it again. In layman's terms, make that man pay for all of the food that gets brought into the house. When he realizes that that grocery bill is $300, $400, $500, sometimes $600 a week, he will have a newfound respect for the things that enter your door. Okay, step 3. Once you guys have the groceries in the house, pick one day, and I'm going to give you an example after I say this. Pick one day out of the week where you and him together will meal prep for the entire week. And I don't want y'all to think that meal prep is something easy. It is strenuous, okay? You will meal prep from sun up to probably sundown, because that's honestly how extensive meal prep is. You will meal prep together, and if he doesn't know about food or cooking food, he's about to fucking learn, okay? He is not incapable, and he is not a child. All right. Look. He is not incapable. He is not a child. So he can learn how to cook. And do not let him off the hook. Don't let him say, oh, I can't cut an onion. Well, you need to buy the tool that can cut onions. If your hands can't do it, you can grab a tool that does it, because we're doing it together. So let's recount the steps. Step 1, talk to him. He might not know he's doing it. Step 2, he is now 100% responsible for the groceries. And step 3, you must meal prep together. And after that meal prep, guess what? Y'all have to clean the kitchen together. That is the key term. It might take a few weeks of aggravation and grumpiness, but he'll soon come to understand and love it. If you're not ready to leave this man behind this, then you must use a solution, because there's no reason for you to be inconvenienced in your own house. In your own house, okay? Don't call me if you're not serious about leaving, because that's always my first answer. I hope this helps.
So I'm making this video to explain to you why this happened, right? Because me and my wife find ourselves in this predicament all the time. And it usually ends with her getting mad at me for eating food in my own damn house that I 9 times out of 10 help pay for. Now, I'm not going to tell you what you need to do to resolve it, because I know women don't like to be told what to do. But I at least can give you the answers in hopes that you can come to that conclusion on your own. All right, cool. The first thing we got to understand, right, is that men eat more than women in general. The reason for this is because men in general are bigger than women, and in some cases by a large amount, because again, y'all want all these dudes that's 6 foot plus and built like football players, right? Well, this is a result of that. Bigger guy equals bigger appetite, and that only goes up, right, if he is physically active or has a physically intensive job. It's that simple. Now, I recognize that some men are walking around here big backed and big boned as hell, right? And that's an issue in and of itself, right? But in general, men eat more than women. I'm a big analogy guy, right? So I'm going to explain this to you using an analogy you would understand, right? Most women, and this is not an insult, I promise you, most women are Toyota Corollas, right? If I was trying to insult you, I would say Sentra. But anyway, I digress. V4 engine with a compact body. Don't really take much gas to run that, right? That's why they're so affordable. And again, this is not an insult. Corollas are great cars. They're going to last you a lifetime. Very low maintenance to works. Trust me, I'm not even trying to insult y'all. What did it take to fill up a Corolla, right? I want to say maybe $20, $25. Easy. And that's with gas at $3 a gallon. Back in the day, that shit used to cost you $15 maximum. The average man, in comparison, however, got that V6 engine, 6-cylinder. So sticking with the Toyota analogy, that's the V6 Camry. Bigger body, bigger engine, needs more fuel, right? It'd probably take $40 to fill that thing up, if not $50 with modern times. Now, here's the kicker though, right? Most women, when they're searching out for a man, they want that man that's 6 foot plus. Big body, muscular. They want men so big and strong that they feel dainty just standing next to it, right? That's what y'all want. That's what I hear on TikTok all the time, right? I want to feel safe. The comparison to those men are Toyota Tundras. V8 engine, big, massive body, powerful, strong, and needs a ton of gas. Y'all have essentially copped Toyota Tundras, F-150s, Raptors, Expeditions with the giant wheels and got them lifted, right? And y'all are complaining about putting gas in that car. It's hilarious, bro. It really is. Let's take me, for example, right? I'm 6'1", 280 solid ass pounds, bro. And I lift weights 5 days a week. And I'm not talking no itty bitty weight neither. Now I'm in that bitch moving like Franklin say. I'm moving big weight. So of course my appetite would be bigger. Of course I would need more food because I'm a bigger guy. My wife is 5'4", and when she cooks, she always complains, this food was supposed to last us a week. And I knew in my head when it came off the stove that it wouldn't. Listen, I'm not going to tell y'all what to do, right? But I think the solution here should be obvious. Now, how you want to go about it, that's on you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But please understand, if you got a big guy, he needs a lot of fuel. So don't get on his case for going after what he needs. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly what I was saying before. I was so glad when I saw his video. That's why I added his video. I would have added another story because there's plenty of story. All you have to do is go on TikTok and type men weaponizing food. You'll find so many different stories, but similar to some of the stories I've shared here. And to his, whatever he was talking about, if that's the case, number one, and you're a man and you are big and you are supposed to eat triple, quadruple, and so on and so forth, you make a lot of money, number one, okay? You don't go to the shop and get the food that you alone will eat. If you're going to go to the shop to shop, you're shopping for 2 people, right? You don't just shop for yourself. All right, because the woman you're bringing the groceries to, the meat to, whatever it is to cook, she is thinking you got it for the 2 of you. She's not thinking you got it for just you. Okay, so when you go out there, you're going to get into relationships. Number one, please make sure you're making enough money so that you can afford to provide through and through, not just for yourself. Because the person cooking, although she may not be making the money to buy the food, okay, let's just say that's the situation. If she's not making the money to buy the food and you are the one making the money to buy the food, she's still working and she also deserves to eat. Okay, number 2, if the 2 of you are both working and you are both bringing home money, right, learn how to cook. I'm sorry, learn how to cook. If you love to eat a lot and that is your excuse that you have this massive engine and men have massive engines, please learn how to cook. And cook from time to time. It's not just her job. Okay? You can't just sit there and then she go to work 9 to 5, work 40 hours, 60 hours a week, come home, do what she can do in the kitchen, put the food in the fridge that is supposed to last you for 3-4 days, and then you come home and then you eat it in a day, and then your excuse is, oh, I have a big engine. What do you mean? Are you a child? Number 3, you don't have to get into relationships. Do you know that? If your parents are still alive, stay home. Okay? Let your mom keep cooking for you and your dad keep doing your laundry and taking care of all those things. All you have to do is go to work, come home, you have so much food to eat because that's how your household is run. That's how your mother and your father have run your household. There's always enough food for you alone to eat as much as you like. So stay with them, right? You stay with them until you learn how to cook. And you can provide for not just you, the lady that is coming into your life, and the children that you're going to make together. That is if you decide to have kids. Okay? Yeah, stay with them. Let them help you with the cooking, the laundry, the cleaning. And then when you need sex or you need intimacy, you pay for it. Okay? You just go out there, you get an ex-worker, and you pay for it. And that's the other thing. There was this lady and she was saying something about she loves to cook and so on and so forth. And that's why we talk about expectations, requirements in relationships. That's why we talk about standards in relationship. But whenever a woman opens her mouth and she starts talking about her standards, nobody wants to hear it. Okay? So if you are that kind of a man who loves to eat a lot, your best partner is a woman who loves to cook a lot. Okay, aside you being able to make the money to be able to provide through and through for yourself and for the lady in your life and your children, right? You should go out there looking for a specific type of woman. And that type of woman is the woman who loves to cook morning, afternoon, evening, snacks in between. She doesn't mind cooking 15 times a day. Okay, because you love to eat a lot and she's cooking, she's making desserts and so on and so forth. If that's the kind of household you grew up in, you find someone like that and you continue like that. Okay, you can't go and find a woman who says, oh, I don't really enjoy cooking all the time. And then you expect her to be cooking morning, afternoon, evening, in the middle of the night, whatever you need, you should be cooking and cooking and cooking. No, it's not going to work. You find a woman who enjoys it. There are women like that. They enjoy cooking. So you go out there, you meet those type of women. Okay? I remember we used to cook and sell from home. And back then we met so many different types of men. Right? And there was this particular guy who would come to our house to buy food several times in a week. So when we stopped cooking and selling, I mean, we didn't hear from them. We moved away from there and so on and so forth. But a few years down the line, he got my number somewhere. He started calling me. I answered the phone and we started talking. I thought he was just checking up on me. Come to find out, he had an agenda, and he thought because I cooked with my mom, I would be like my mom. He was like, oh, it's been a while. It would be nice to see you so that you can come and cook for me. I was like, eh? Brother, sit well. Oh. I'm not my mother. I don't enjoy cooking. Okay, it was a business. We all made the ends meet out of it. So we all did what we had to do, but it was my mother's business. Okay, and that's the difference. So find a woman who enjoys cooking. And if you're a woman who enjoys cooking and you don't have a problem cooking and you enjoy cooking and taking care of the men in your life and so on and so forth, now this one is for you. Be very careful of the men who come into your life just because you like cooking. Okay, don't end up with a man because he loves to eat, right? And he's looking for a specific type of woman who enjoys cooking all the time. And there's nothing else, because it should be that he loves you, not just your ability to cook all the time whenever he needs it. It should be that he adores you and he cherishes you. It's not just because of what you can do in the kitchen. Okay, yes, because, what did they say about men and food? Yeah. The way to a man's house is through his stomach or something like that. It could be true, but then again, you could end up being the woman that is always being cheated on with other women because all you're good for is the food that you provide for him. Okay? So be very careful about that too. It is good that he found a woman who can cook because he loves to eat, but does he necessarily want you? That's the other thing, okay? So while we are talking about it, let me add this because I don't want you to put your head in the cloud somewhere thinking, oh, I'm the special woman who loves to cook all the time, and so the men come to me. Yes, it can be a flex, but it's not a flex, okay? Because the thing is, it could be that he's just there because you can cook and nothing else. He doesn't find you attractive, he doesn't love you, he doesn't care, and what happens with that is you're going to suffer still. Okay, because all you are good for is cooking and producing babies, which is going to happen later because he's not going to go anywhere else and he's going to stay with you. But are you going to be happy in that marriage, that relationship with this type of a man? Okay, so think about that deeply. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here, and I think there's a second part of this video that I may post later on today or tomorrow. So be on the lookout for it, and let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.